Up in heaven, we got something called Heaven's Phone. It's available 24 hours a day. Pick it up. Say hello. I still can't believe you're really not here. Weeks blend to months and months into years. You promised you'd stay. I know how you tried, but God needed you, so I stepped aside. I didn't collapse, did not fall apart, but deep down inside there's a hole in my heart. It comes out of nowhere, sight or a sound. That's when it hits me that you're not around. So much to remember, so much to forget. You left me too soon is my only regret. My heart breaks a little when I think of when we planned on tomorrows that would never end. Hold back the tears, never give in to the grief or the fears. But when those times come and I need to talk, to just hear your voice or go for a walk. We don't need no wires, don't need a dial tone, 'cause you always answer when I use heaven's phone. Yeah, I try to fight it, hold back my tears, never give in to the grief or the fears. But when those times come and I need to talk, to just hear your voice or go for a walk. We don't need no wires, don't need a dial tone, 'cause you always answer when I use heaven's phone. You always answer when I use heaven's phone. You always answer when I use heaven's phone.
Hello everybody, Songfather Show here today on Halloween 2019. Everybody all dressed up, as you can see, I am. I have my beautiful costume on. I came as the world's greatest lover. Oh, well. So, I hope you're not like Freddie Rubino, who has, according to him and Christine, literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trick-or-treaters coming down where he is, down in Florida, down in Kiss My Ass, Florida, wherever he is. And up here, so far on the island of Long, over the years, it's kind of drifted apart. And, you know, here, now that I came back to America since Mom passed, really don't see that many people. Very weird. But, so welcome to this Halloween show. Let me introduce my co-host, Tino. Look at him. There's Tino. What? Maybe he wants something to say about himself.
You like the picture?
Hmm? I don't know. It's like he's holding back. Maybe he's just trying to be humble, which is cute in its own way, isn't it? Yeah, sure it is. So tonight's theme, of course, will be Halloween. And so I got a bunch of good songs picked out that we'll do. We'll have some fun. And then I don't know what. The World Series is over. The Nationals won. Very tight game, very well-pitched game. And then a couple of brain farts on the manager's part, bringing in people. And, you know, there's no tomorrow. So, you know, why you took the guy out, I don't know. But I was rooting in my heart. I was always rooting for the Nationals because they haven't won. And the last time anybody from that place in Washington, D.C. has won baseball, it was 1924. But after what those fans did, I was like, hey, you know, but then I said, hey, it wasn't the players doing it. So I'm kind of glad that they did. And I'm kind of glad that the Astros didn't, only because of what they did to our Yankees again. So now it's over. Now what do you do? Oh, no, I don't know. Netflix, Amazon. And then, well, depending on who you're rooting for, you always got Sunday. We don't. And this Sunday we're playing the Cowboys. I'm talking about the Giants, of course, and we're playing the Cowboys. So that should be a wonderfully high, low-scoring game. So anyway, we have to do a few plugs as always. First of all, Daddy-O's all caught up now on the shows, eagerly awaiting this one, which I like. It puts them in a good mood. It relaxes them. So, it's good to know that that I do my part. When I'm not there, I can do it from here just on the show and saying Daddy-O. So don't forget, vote. I saw a lot of votes again today, and you guys are just phenomenal, unbelievably phenomenal. I still put my reminder up. Today was and the votes go ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding. Because we're ringing up the votes. That's why. That's what we're doing, I hope. And, of course, another shameless self-plug. But listen to the Songfather. WLYV Live Radio 122.2. Streaming 24 hours a day at all caps, www.thesongfathershow.com. Can't beat it. Can't forget it, because for the whole show it's above my head. So come on. And if anybody saw the 20-minute question and answer yesterday, there were hardly any questions. It was driving them crazy, Freddie and Christine. Everybody was just, saying nice things and hello, good to see you, this and that, da-da-da. And it's like everybody was just happy to be there. And then I saw Freddie Rubino had, I think the number was 534 people attending his live show, and then boom, everybody was dropped off. Why? What? Who's in charge of that? What reason could you possibly have for doing that? You're trying to tell me that the server isn't big enough to handle it? I mean, it's ridiculous. You got, I don't know, 15, what did I have? 15 million, people using it, more? I don't know. But, if Freddie's doing a live thing and he's got 500 people watching and participating, and then boom, they're all gone. They all get dropped off. How am I going to complain when I'm at 20? It's ridiculous, I mean, when the show is over, when I say 20, those are 20 that stay and talk or whatever it is. When the show is over, I average about 200 viewers a show. So that's not bad. And then after it does its regular circuit, it averages about 500 the second go around. So, I mean, I want it, of course, to be more and bigger. But if people keep getting dropped off and can't stay on and enjoy it, then I might as well stop the watch parties and just post the damn show by itself and let everybody watch it when they want, which is I don't want to do. But I don't know. It's just so freaking annoying. It drives me out of my mind. So anyway, don't forget, 1,000 members, over 1,000 now at Rock in the Kitchen. Not your grandma's cooking show, that's for sure. And seeing a lot of nice posts going up there with food. I'm still skeptical about how many are actually homemade. I know my good friend Hector's is homemade, and Lori Feingold. That's not a real name, but Lori Diorio, but I call her Feingold instead of From Gold. When she puts hers up, they're real, and a few other ones up there, but some of them are just taken off sites, and it's still nice to see it, but, I'd like to see more of everybody's own creations and put them up there, and this way, if you're asked a question, what do you make, and blah, 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 you're able to answer it right away. Like when I put up my cod fillet, Guy Talve was asking me, what did I use? Did I use cornmeal? And I said, no, I use regular cornflakes, I was going to say. Regular breadcrumbs with my own special little Sonny butter glaze. Like to hold it all together, and then when you break into it with the fork, it just flakes off, and So, it was like, very colorful. And okay, thank you. But, so more. Let's get some more. More original stuff's up there, if you don't mind. And don't forget, this weekend, we're getting closer now. If I could turn back time. Oh, I thought Tina was saying something. Sorry. So don't forget, share with your friends, too. This Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, 2 o'clock. Turn the clocks back 1 hour. And then don't forget, change your smoke and smoke detectors and your CO2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 12, whichever ones you got. Change your batteries. You only got to do it twice a year, so come on. So now we'll get into a few stories, as we like to call it now. Chrissy's good news. Stories about nice things happening in the world and people stepping up and doing the right thing and helping out their fellow humans, which is wonderful. And I think the very first thing right off the bat will be I just heard on the news today, maybe 10 minutes before I started doing the show, that there's 2 more now brand new fires popped up. What the hell is going on? Who is it? Who's doing this shit? It's just ridiculous. Are they, are they disciples of the Black Lord down in the bottom dredges of the earth? It's just ridiculous. But so just keep the prayers going for the firefighters and the first responders, and of course all the people that are evacuated or about to be evacuated. Everybody without power. It's close to 2 million people now losing all their food, no electricity. Wow, what a horror. There's only one good thing that's come out of these fires in California, and it's a great way to pick up chicks now. Hey, baby, I got electricity. Oh, yeah. You want to come back to my house? Yeah, okay. Hey, what are you going to do? Right, Dunes? Hey, Dunes, does that work for you out there? So, there it is. All right, so let's get to some stories here. Didn't say where. I think it was Tennessee. Oh, yeah, Tennessee. A baby, 2 days old, was abandoned and thrown into a dumpster. It was adopted 2 days later. Once, we got it to the hospital, and I'm sorry. Let me back that track. Somebody gave birth to the baby and dumped it into a dumpster, and it was adopted by a loving family 2 days later. So the baby was 2 years old, and the guy's name is Freddie Figgers, Figgers, and so the family had adopted him, of course, with the Figgers. And at 9 years old, he was given a computer, but it was broken. But if you can do something with it, whatever you want to do, here is your it's a computer for you. So I'm sorry, I was trying to do 12 things at once. So at 9 years old, he's given his computer, and it took him less than a month to take it all apart, put it back together, and now he had a brand new, beautiful, working computer. 9 years old. I'm still trying to figure out how to set up Wi-Fi extenders. God almighty. 9 years old. At 12 years old, he was hired as a computer tech for a local company in the town where they grew up. And he was already earning money. Okay. Then when he found out, at 14 years old, he found out that his father had developed early onset Alzheimer's, and it was getting worse. He developed a shoe that in the shoe had a GPS tracker and the capability for two-way communications. So if, God forbid, his father walked off and was lost somewhere, there's a unit at home that they're able to talk to him. Where are you? Okay, give me a sign. Can you see a street sign? All right, stay there. We'll come in. Unbelievable. That was at 14 years old. Ended up selling millions and millions of dollars. Okay. Now, fast forward, he's 29 years old. Okay. Remember, he was born and thrown into a dumpster. At 29 years old, he owns Figgers Wireless, a telecommunications company that's worth $62 million. Okay, he's the only black-owned telecommunications company in the United States. It was the only, when he first started out, the only teenager-owned telecommunications company in the United States. And he's well on his way to, of course, fame and fortune, but it doesn't matter. And he's often used, called in by the United States military to help him out with certain things that are classified top secret. I do not believe he has top secret clearance, but he helps out with certain things. And all this at 29 years old. But backtrack to, he was born and thrown in the dumpster. So, through the guardian angels, through the grace of God, he was found. Through the grace of God, it was only 2 days, and this family adopted him and brought him up as their own. It's just an unbelievable story. Unfriggin' believable. As much as people can be disgustingly heinous and everything else, there are enough of us out there to offset it. So it's a beautiful beautiful thing, and it's something to always think about. That sometimes when we get down and we see some of these news, I don't know what that means, but the wind just blew Michael Corleone's hat off the wall. Oh, shit. I guess I'm about to be killed today. All right, let's get to it. So, back to some more good news. That was a good news, Mr. Figures. Congratulations, and keep going, baby. Then over in Africa, a Danish social worker and her husband went over to Nigeria with the intentions of helping to save as many as they can, because there are thousands of children being dumped off and left to die in part of Nigeria because they're deemed as being witches or warlocks and being possessed. The family want nothing to do with them, so they dumped them off there. So while she was there, her and her husband, they found this 3-year-old boy on the verge of death. Nothing but the skin just barely stretched over the bones. And they, made him their project and took care of him and got him medicine and fed him and blah, 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 blah. And this is that boy today. They named him Hope. And this is a little over a year later from the time they found him on the verge of death. Look at that face down. That's where he is now. There's our man Hope right there. 3 years old, happy as hell. And there's lots more. But the story, aside from Hope, is the ones that don't make it. They just dump there to fend for themselves. And it's horrible. So they're staying there, this Danish woman and her husband, and they're establishing a whole kind of like a clinic area, and they're trying to build another school. And their fear is that if it becomes too well known, that they're just going to end up dumping them somewhere else because they got strange beliefs there, and they believe if they don't dump them off, they're going to come back and find them. Why? What makes them think that way? I have no idea, but. Look at that face, huh? Look at the thumbs up from Mr. Hope. He's all right. He's okay, Mr. Hope. Not Bob Hope. Him. And then let's see. Oh, yeah, no, they didn't say where. You imagine that? Huh. 57-year-old nurse has just recently adopted a 29-year-old man as her son. He has autism, and... she stepped in because he was. She had seen him come into the hospital and going for this and tests, and he was very ill, and he was removed from a heart transplant list because when they, which I didn't know, but it makes sense, when you're about to get a heart transplant, you have to show that you have somebody at home that's going to take care of you, who's going to make sure you take your medicine, that's going to get you back and forth to doctor's appointments and treatments and everything that's needed, because otherwise it's a big giant cost that they're not going to spend if the outcome isn't going to be good. And so she found out about that. She went and she adopted him. And started right away. Started with, teaching him better eating habits, because they found out that most of the time after he left the hospital, he was going back to a shelter to live. He had no home. He had no family. And she wanted him to go back on the list and get the heart, which she did. He had the heart transplant done in August, and as we're speaking right now, he's doing very well. He's going through his rehab. She's helping him out. He's taking 35 pills a day, but it's a happy, happy time for everybody. Beautiful story. You got to love it. There's another one that, she didn't have to do that. Nobody told her it was her duty or anything, but she felt in her heart that this is what she wanted to do. And they're very happy, and they interviewed him, and he says, oh, yeah, she's just like a regular mom. He's black, she's white. I hope that's not the reason that this made the story, but for me, I'm not even going to go there. And they like watching Jeopardy together and Wheel of Fortune and this and that and high-fiving each other and watching basketball and football and like a regular family. So, all right, she's 47 and he was 29. People have gotten married with bigger spans than that. And, so she saved his life. And maybe, who knows, maybe in some way he saved her life too. because she was alone too in the world. So there you go, beautiful story. So let's get to some musicals of that have to do with Halloween, and you know Halloween's all about magic. Sometimes it's just this magic moment, if you know what I mean. That's right. This magic moment, so different and so new, like any other, until I met you, and then it happened. It took me by surprise. I knew that you felt it too, by the look in your eyes, sweeter than a wine, softer than a summer night. Everything I wanna have, whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment, while your lips are close to mine, will last forever, forever till the end of time. Whoa, whoa, that's right. Sweeter than a wine, softer than a summer night. Everything I wanna have, whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment, while your lips are close to mine, will last forever, forever till the end of time. Whoa, 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 magic, whoa, magic, whoa, magic, whoa. Take us out, boys. There you go. Right on. Hey, how about a little witchcraft on Halloween? Everybody snap. Are those fingers in my hair? That's like come hither stare. That strips my conscience bare. It's witchcraft. And I've got no defense for it. The heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. Well, it's such an ancient pitch, but one I wouldn't switch. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than you. But Angelico. Cause it's witchcraft, that crazy witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. Well, it's such an ancient pitch, but one I'd never switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you. Than you. Excuse me, I almost lost it there. Hey, it's Halloween. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? In a young girl's heart, and the music can free her whenever it starts, and it's magic. If the music is groovy, makes you feel happy like an old-time movie. I tell you about the magic, it'll free your soul. But it's like trying to tell a stranger about a rock and roll. Do you believe in magic? Don't bother to choose. Just jug music, rhythm and blues. Just go listen. It'll start with a smile. Won't wipe off your face, no matter how you try. Your feet will start tapping and you can't seem to find how you got there. You just blow your mind, yeah. Yeah. If you believe in magic, come along with me. Dance till the morning with just you and me, and maybe if the music is right, I'll meet you tomorrow sort of late at night, and we'll go dancing, baby, then you'll see how the music's in the music and the music's in me, yeah. Do you believe in magic? Yeah, believe in the magic of a young girl's soul. Believe in the magic of a rock and roll. Believe in the magic that will set you free. Oh, yeah. Do you believe in magic? 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 Well, do you? Answer me. I'm all bewitched. She's a fool, and don't I know it? But a fool can have her charms. I'm in love, don't I know it? Like a babe in arms. Love's the same old sad sensation. Lately I've not slept a wink since this half-pint sensation put me in the blink. I'm wild again, beguiled again, a simpering, whimpering child again, bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I. I couldn't sleep, wouldn't sleep. Love came and told me I shouldn't sleep. Bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I. cross my heart. But what of it? She's cold, I agree. She can laugh, but I love it. Although the laugh is on me. I'll sing to her, bring spring to her, and long for the day when I'll cling to her, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Am I? Bewitched. Hey, don't ever. And what do we got here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 to go. Oops, hold on. I always forget. So, 3 to go, only 2 stories, so that works out pretty good. So, over in Farmingdale. Wait, I forgot. I always got to do this now. Tino, can you not see that I'm busy trying to have a career? Oh, here it is. Oh, it went down too far. That's why. So over in Farmingdale on the island of Long, Farmingdale, a high school senior who has been wheelchair bound since birth with cerebral palsy, did very well in school in her final year, like I said, senior year. And, that she's older now, but very hard to get around the house, especially in Farmingdale. A lot of houses there are, a little tight. Beautiful on the outside. Beautiful. They look like mansions. You get inside, you can't put 3 people in the living room. But, her parents had to help her lift her out of her chair, move her around. She couldn't negotiate through the kitchen or anywhere through the whole house. So I didn't know, but there's a show on NBC called George to the Rescue. I didn't know it. It's like a Habitat for Humanity kind of thing, but they go in and they do home makeovers for people that need it. And they went in, and they did it for... Kaylin, not Caitlin. It's missing the T. They did it for her. And hold on, here she is. And here she is now with her parents after they finished the house. And you can see the table. There's room for her to move around now inside it and everything else. So very happy. Of course, the parents are very happy. And all the years that I was with cerebral palsy, running charitable events for them, and then on their board of directors and everything else. Amazing what these parents go through, and without batting an eye, without shedding a tear, and they call them clients instead of patients, which I always loved. The clients themselves, you never hear a peep out of them, a complaint, nothing. Always a smile on their face, ready to go, ready to help, ready to learn. So that's just gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful thing. So there you go, Kaylin. Enjoy it. I'm sure that's going to be your house for a long time to come, except what happens. I don't know what happens with college, but we'll see. But we're all rooting for you, and we're all praying for you. That's right. And here's the last good news stories for this show today. Here we go. In Maine, principal was handed a note by parents saying that, excusing her 3 children from school today on Halloween. One in 3rd grade, one in 5th grade, 4th grade, and one in 5th grade. Because they, single parent, didn't have really enough money for any costumes. Because the price of costumes are out of control anyway now, I remember, back in the day, when I was a kid, you got your costumes in the grocery store, the Grand Union or the A&P, But now they're just out of control, $40, $50, $100, And... So she didn't want the kids being embarrassed, and they were very specific. They didn't want to have homemade costumes. I don't blame them. You get made fun of like crazy, And so the principal told the teachers at one of their daily meetings or whatever it was, and they told the kids. The kids went out and raised all kinds of money, and got them all costumes. Got the kids all costumes. They had $200 left over from the money they raised. $100 went to leftover candy for the mother and everybody at the house to hand out to the trick-or-treaters because, very low on funds. And the other $100 they donated to a soup kitchen in the local town over there. Huh? Giving back. Giving up, giving out, giving back. You got to be kidding me. Because Halloween is a good time for kids, even when they grow up. Like this guy right here. He's a good guy. Look at him. He loves Halloween. He's so cute. He is really cute. And then his offspring, who is, oh boy, I can hear them outside now. Thank God I'm not at the door. The clone and Amber, his sweetheart there, she went to some kind of a princess unicorn thing. And look at my son. It's a proud moment for a father. His costume is he's a tree with a squirrel asking if you want to see my nuts. Really? I won't even tell you what he went with once in college because I had the same costume, so we won't go there. But let me tell you something. This is the best costume I ever saw. Ever. Look at this. I saw it online. I don't even know where it is. I don't know what state or whatever, but it's the best thing I ever saw in my life. Okay? Tweety and Sylvester. Look at that. I'm gonna let you sip at it. Look at it while I take a sip of vino. Maybe peek out the window and see how many freaking kids are outside. It sounds like an army. Sounds like the army that came after Frankenstein. Thank God Lucky don't bark. It's amazing. Then that's not a joke. It's serious. He just doesn't. And then this just in. I stayed quiet as much as I could. Sorry. Okay, is that enough, you think? Huh? You had to do it. That's the thing going around now. Everybody's like putting up somebody's real, deep and poignant messages. And at the bottom, in parentheses, by the way, Epstein didn't commit suicide. So I had to do that. We did not have suicidal relations with that rich guy. My God, thank God you can't hear it, but it sounds like there's 4,000 people out there. So let's finish up this Halloween show with 3 of my favorites. We just did. Oh, would you like a recap? Okay. We started off with this magic moment, then witchcraft, and then do you believe in magic? I don't know why I'm doing this with my hand. And then bewitched, bothered and bewildered. Bewitched, one of my very, very, very most favorite ringtones on my phone. What are you going to do? And now, one thing about Halloween, no matter what the weather is, and up here, well, you know what? God smiled down on them. It's still dark and dreary kind of out, but it looks like the rain stopped for a little bit. At least they're out. They go out and get their candy and then go home, then go to sleep, and the kids, and then the parents steal all the candy anyway. But what is Halloween? What is Halloween unless it's spooky? That's right. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy, I'd call you up and ask you if you'd like to go with me and see a movie. First you say no, you got some plans for the night, and then you stop and say, alright, love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. You always keep me guessing, I never seem to know what you are thinking. And if a fella looks at you, it's for sure your little eyes will be a-winking. I get confused, cause I don't know where I stand, and then you smile and hold my hand. Love's kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky. If you decide someday to stop this little game that you've been playing, yeah, I'm gonna tell you all the things my heart's been a-dying to be saying. Well, just like a ghost, you've been haunting my dream, so I'll propose on Halloween. Love's kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky, spooky. I said spooky. Oh, you're spooky. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn up the echo for this one. I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monsters from his slab he began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, it was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash from my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The Grosso came with their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the monster mash. They did the monster mash. Zombies, they were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests loosed the cootie Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, or we're digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hound. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5. They played the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the monster mash. Now out of his coffin Drac's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid, shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?" It's now the monster mash. And it's a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool, Drac's a part of the band. My monster mash is the hit of the land. And for you, the living, this song was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. Then you can monster mash and do my graveyard smash. You'll catch on in a flash. Then you can monster mash. Monster mash. Oh, graveyard smash. You'll catch on in the flash. Yeah, you can monster mash. Igor, get back, Igor. You impetuous little boy, Igor. The monster mash. Thank you very much. How can you not have Halloween without this song? Oh! All right, everybody, gather around. The Candyman is here. What kind of candy do you want? Sweet chocolate, chocolate walnut candy, gumdrops, anything you want. You come to the right man, cause I'm the Candyman. Who could take a sunrise, sprinkle it with dew, cover it with chocolate and a miracle or two. The Candyman, the Candyman, the Candyman can. The Candyman can, cause he mixes it with love, makes the world taste good. Who can take a rainbow, wrap it in a sigh, soak it in the sun and make a groovy lemon pie? The candy man, the candy man can, the candy man can. He mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. The candy man makes everything he bakes satisfying and delicious. Oh, you talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes. Whoa, you can take tomorrow, dip it in a dream, separate the sorrow and collect a bowl of cream. The candy man, the candy man can, the candy man can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. The candy man makes everything he bakes satisfying and delicious. Oh, you talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who can take tomorrow, dip it in a dream, separate the sorrow and collect a bowl of cream? The candy man, the candy man can. The candy man can, 'cause he mixes it with love, makes the world taste good. Yeah, the candy man can, 'cause he mixes it with love, makes the world taste good. The candy man, candy man, the candy man, the candy man. Candy man. He's now doing 15 to 20. Because I want no candy he was selling, that son of a bleep, 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 bleep. Man, a lot of people out there. So, anyway. And plus it's on a dead end, so that doesn't hurt. So, Tino, how'd you like it? Let me see. See if Tino liked it. You hear the kids? All right, Tina. Good job. You did very good. So, we end the show. Stupid echo freaking thing. There you go. With one more shot of the co-host, Mr. Tino. There he is. Look at him. What a cutie patootie. Daddy-o, I hope you liked the show today. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Don't forget to vote for the man. Don't forget and listen to the man. And don't forget this weekend, if I could turn back time. And Dunes, maybe you want to try it. Go find some guy out in the street and say, hey, excuse me, I got electricity. Oh, my God, now there's dogs and elephants and everything else out there. And let's please always remember, we did not have suicidal relations with that rich guy. I agree with them. And one last look at my son. I've never been more proud in my life. I want to see my nuts. Anyway, there you go. Thank you very much again, everybody, for everything that you do. And since I didn't go in today, I'll probably take a ride in tomorrow. So there might not be a show tomorrow, but it's Friday, so let's get into the weekend and have some fun. And maybe I'll cut down to 4 days. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to overstay my welcome. Because as Felix Unger used to say, and my ma, never overstay your welcome, or you'll never be welcome to stay over. Wow. That's deep, man. It's very deep. So everybody have a good night. I hope everything goes nice and quiet with the trick-or-treaters. And we'll see you when we see you. Okay? Don't forget this poor guy. He really needs your help. Okay? 24 hours a day. And ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the word bam, there it is, bam. So have a good night. I love you all, I really do, and I thank you all for everything that you do. So have a good night, and ciao, ciao. See you later.